Crystle, awesome to have you with us here today. Thanks for doing this. For those that are unfamiliar, can you tell us a bit about the film Fancy Dance?
Yes, Fancy Dance premiered in New York City last month, and it is a film starring Lily Gladstone, Oscar nominated, Isabelle Delroy, myself, and Daryl Begay. And yeah, it's had amazing reviews so far.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there was a fancy premiere, we'll say, in New York, and it debuted on Apple TV on National Indigenous Peoples Day. What's been the reaction to the film?
Wow, it was number one, still is number one, I think, in the States and in Canada on Apple TV. And it's just, wow, it's just been really touching and moving. People are completely moved by the story. And you know, us as Indigenous people, you know, they can relate to a lot of the humor and, you know, the base of the story. So it's been awesome. It's been really awesome.
Yeah, I caught it last week. There are a couple of good laughs, but very impactful film for sure. As you mentioned, you know, it's been number one in Canada and the US, but Fancy Dance had a long road to making it to the screen. How come?
Well, Erica Tremblay, the writer-director, and her partner, you know, it's for anyone who's in the film industry. I mean, when you have, it starts with an idea and then this, you know, the business side of everything, getting it financed, fine-tuning the script, getting your cast, getting your crew, getting everybody to gel. Like, it's a long process. So I can't speak for Erica, but I do know just from conversations that it was definitely a, you know, challenging road, but once it gets greenlit and once you got your people and everything starts rolling, I mean, I'm sure it's the most satisfying feeling.
For sure. You mentioned Erica, who some might remember her name from her work on Reservation Dogs. Of course, Lily Gladstone. What was your experience like working on this film?
Lily is such a beautiful soul, and you know, oftentimes with intimate scenes, you know, we instantly had chemistry, you know, like I met her, she was so sweet and so kind and such a professional. And we just, you know, when you're working with another actor, you can prepare, but once you get on set and you're with the other actor, like, you know, it's like a tennis match, and we completely gelled. She's awesome and a very, very sweet person.
You know, it deals with some heavy topics, murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls, as well as, you know, with the child welfare system, all types of things. So what are you hoping that people take away from this film?
Well, I'm hoping that people, you know, there's education through entertainment. And, you know, it's going to spark conversations. It's going to spark people looking things up. And what is MMIW? And why don't we get the same kind of coverage and attention as, you know, white families or any other people? You know, so I think there's a lot of people don't even know what that is. So I think it's going to really spark people's interest into, like, you know, what is that? And then hopefully, you know, helping in some sort of way of bringing awareness to it. You know, because it is about, you know, Jax, who's played by Lily Gladstone, her sister goes missing. And so Roki, Jax's niece, and Towie's daughter, you know, they set out to try to find her and make it to the powwow for the mother-daughter dance. But, you know, needless to say, Towie is gone. And so they ended up making it to the powwow together. And, you know, in the Native way, the auntie has a very, very significant role, you know, it means little mother or second mother, you know, and so, but they end up going on the run and a bunch of stuff happens. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of stuff does happen.
Very exciting.
Indeed. Highly, highly recommend Fancy Dance to anybody out there. It was a great watch. Crystle, you're always on the go with a lot of things. Any other projects that you can tell us about now?
Yes, I actually have a film called Mary Margaret Road Grader. It's like the Indigenous Mad Max. That is premiering in Santa Fe during India Market. It's directed and written by Stephen Paul Judd, and I play Mary Margaret. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It was completely shot in green screen, so they added everything in post which was really cool. That was the first time I'd ever worked with green screen before. Like everything is pretending that you're in a big tractor, even though it's a box, you know? It was really cool experience. So that premieres in August, at the end of August. And then also I have a musical called Bear Grease. My partner and I wrote and created it. And we've been on the road with it for the last 2.5 years. And I am so excited to announce that we are finally meeting one of our dream goals, which is to be on Off-Broadway in New York City. So we are solid in that for the June-July season of 2025, and we could not be, I mean, natives on Broadway. Can you believe it? We're like so excited about that. So yeah.
Yeah, that is super, super exciting news. Crystle, congrats. I caught Bear Grease when you were in Winnipeg. Great show. Recommend that to everyone as well. Again, congrats on everything. Crystle, thanks for taking the time for us today.
Thank you. And I just have to say, if you are in Edmonton, Fancy Dance will be on the big screen at 9:30 p.m. at the Metro Cinema. So please catch it in a theater near you.